This video has been one I've been wanting to make for quite some time. The question is, why did Chuck Norris get such legendary status? I mean, you stop to think about it, there's no shortage of tough guys in movies. Clint Eastwood, Charles Bronson, the list goes on of tough guys in movies. So why is Chuck Norris so legendary? Well, maybe it's tough guys that didn't just get acting roles, had some kind of tough persona before they became an actor. Well, most famous, obviously, Arnold Schwarzenegger was Mr. Universe. Jean-Claude Van Damme, I believe he was a kickboxer. Supposedly Steven Seagal had some kind of status behind him as well. Looking at other aspects, Chuck Norris is a nice guy who rolled with the punches and different jokes therein, but there's no shortage of nice guys that would love to have this kind of stuff said about them. Friendly, etc. So why did Chuck Norris get this legendary status? Why is it you only hear all the stuff about Chuck Norris being so tough? Chuck Norris remains stationary and moves the earth back and forth when he does push-ups. Chuck Norris. Why? And it never made sense to me. And one day, I was watching a documentary and it all came together. Everything made sense. It was a documentary on Bruce Lee. Now, no one's going to say Bruce Lee was not legendary. Bruce Lee made 3 movies before his untimely death, most likely of an aneurysm because of he had again, up to debate, but there are those who say he had a compulsive disorder of drilling and training. I wish I could remember his name, but I saw a documentary. It may have even been the same documentary, but the guy, trainer and stuff, was watching Bruce Lee and he was telling him, you can't do this to yourself. You don't train, don't work yourself. You're pushing yourself too hard. And Bruce Lee's response, no, I have to. They believe he had a psychological compulsive disorder that he had to keep training and drilling and just literally worked himself to death, most likely of an aneurysm. All theory, speculation, not provable. That said, in the documentary, they interviewed Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris trained with Bruce Lee. They worked out together. And Chuck Norris was explaining that they never asked who was tougher. They never went there. That question never came up. It was like they were both scared of it. They weren't going to go there. They didn't know how it would come out, so we're not going to go there. So it was kind of interesting. And then it all came together. Because that was the year Bruce Lee was not able to make it to the martial arts championship because he was making a movie. And Chuck Norris won. The classic matchup of the two facing off never happened. Bruce Lee died. Chuck Norris went into movies. That is where the legendary status of Chuck Norris came from. At least from what I have been able to find out. Certainly, if anyone else has a theory or evidence to tie anything together, I'm more willing to look at it. I thought that was interesting.